Hey there everybody, Dudley for Life, bringing you another online match here. I went back to my main character, Ryu, for a couple matches. As everybody knows, Ryu's quite a strong character in this game. A lot of pro players are actually starting to pick him up. I actually saw a set recently where Strider had actually picked him up, and I believe Snake Eyes, so I definitely think he's being cemented as one of the best characters right now. That being said, on to this mirror match. Mirror matches are some of my favorite things to do with Ryu. I just feel like I'm always so dominant in these matches, just because I've been playing Ryu for so many years that I'm just used to all tactics, usually. That being said, it's still a mirror match. You both have the same tactics, and you guys basically want to do the same thing, so it's all about who's making the right decisions. Right there, I noticed he did a full screen Tatsu to try to beat a fireball. I just don't like that. I haven't liked that since Street Fighter 2, people doing that, because it's just not safe. But, you know, I'm sure he gets people with it. And he is a higher level than I am, even though his rank is lower. He's definitely been grinding casual longer than I have, so he might even have some great success doing that, but I'm not going to really fall for it. Right there, jab, anti-air. One of the, I would say, probably too strong of an option for Ryu. You can just jab anti-air, and in this game it's kind of hard to react to jump-ins in general, so having a stand jab that just stuffs most of them like it's nothing, I mean, it's just such a huge boon for him. You'll be seeing me do that a lot. It also gives them a mix-up opportunity because it puts them into a slight float state as they come down. So it's just, it's a little too strong. I'm sure they'll fix it after all the DLC characters come out this year. But for right now, Ryu players can rejoice in how awesome they are. Now, right there, as you saw, he was B-skilling, parrying my projectiles. I don't really mind it when Ryus do that. It's not something that intimidates me, because while they're building V-trigger, I'm building meter. And if you switch up the fireball timings, eventually the person's going to mess up, because parrying does require an actual timing to it. So I'll get free hits in while I sit there and try to look cool and parry everything. I mean, parrying is useful, of course, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it's better to just trade fireballs so you both build meter instead. Right there, he kind of pushed himself in the corner. I knew he was going to mash out on his wake up, so just did the stand fierce just because it looks cool. Why not? So as you can see, pretty dominant first round, but that second round he made some corrections to his game plan, so he's definitely somebody who's a seasoned Ryu player. He'll probably make some good choices here in this next game too. Nothing really, like, there's nothing I'm seeing from him that's really like a major flaw, other than he seems to be playing kind of jittery, which means he might be a little bit nervous about the matchup. So you're going to see me just kind of play solid ground game and just make sure that I'm on the plus side of these exchanges. Right there, I got a jump in. As a Ryu player, you should never let the other Ryu player get a jump in, because the main reason that you win these is by dominating the horizontal plane and then keeping them out of the vertical plane. So, as you can see, here's some fireballs. As you can tell, he doesn't really like to play the fireball game. As I was throwing projectiles full screen, he just forced himself to come after me instead of playing it with me. That's definitely some information I'm going to keep in my hat. Right there, missed the follow-up after the crush counter. Easy dizzy for him. Ryu does such high damage and stun. A couple mistakes and you're done. Right there, he did a neutral jump roundhouse. My mistake by jumping into that. So you're going to see me play a bit more defensively now, because I noticed that he's jumping. He's doing a lot of running away from me, jumping back. And also I noticed that he doesn't really want to throw fireballs. Like, that's just not something he likes doing. As you can see, he's just kind of going in. So I'm going to be throwing a lot of fireballs. See, right there, him parrying my fireball let me get closer to him. Nice anti-air crouch fierce from him. Now I got him into the corner. Did a neutral jump right there. As you can see, I was ready for it this time. Anti-aired him. Still, look at how much stun that does. So I'm still in danger of losing here. Thankfully, I was able to get out. Now I'm to a spot. See, another full screen Tatsu. I don't like that. I mean, even if I had thrown a fireball there and he hit me, it would have knocked me like farther away from him. So it's just, I don't know, I'm not a fan. So right there I did that just to kind of joke around with him. I did my own H Tatsu at the start of the round. I thought it would be funny. Not really a tactical reason to do that, but just because I kind of wanted him to see that how silly that was. So maybe, hopefully he did get that memo from me. Right there, he did the I notice that he does that same mix-up right there. Let me get another jump in. The crouch fierce is good as an anti-air, but really his stand jab is where it's at. His stand jab just stuffs everything. You should do that if you can. Like, the crouch fierce is good if you telegraph it, but in any type of emergency, don't mash crouch fierce. Mash the stand jab. So as you can see, I'm just kind of forcing him to play against me a certain way. He threw a projectile and came after me right away. So now I've basically determined that he just refuses to throw projectiles. So you're going to just see me throw a bunch and force him to play fireballs with me, as you can see. See, he doesn't really want to actually play this game, and that's going to end up... I just keep throwing him. And look, because he got so frustrated and annoyed with throwing fireballs, he ended up dashing into him. As a Ryu player, it is always important to be on point with that fireball game, no matter what. So hopefully he practices that after this match, but probably...